What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I am out here in the kayak this afternoon for a few hours and I have traveled back here into this really swampy creek area. We haven't been back here in a couple of weeks and I've been eager to get back out here and see if we can find some swamp bass that are willing to eat a frog, and there's a bass that just jumped right here to my right. Holy smokes, and oh my gosh, dude, look at that. You see that little hole? Literally a bass just came up right there. That right there has got me fired up, and really what I'm out here to do today is to test out a rod that I haven't really thrown at all since its release. In hand I have the new 6 cents Vega frog rod. This is a rod that was designed by 6 Cents Fishing to be your everyday frog fishing rod. This is a 7'3" heavy. They also have a 6'10" heavy model. Now I've honestly had this rod for a couple of months now, and I don't know why I haven't thrown it. I have a bunch of 7 foot to 7'4" heavy rods that I've just been using for frogs, and this guy's been getting neglected, and it's about time that I try it out and give y'all a review on it and let you know if it's any good or not. And on here I just have a normal little pointed nose frog. I think that's a Spro bronzeye. I also have a 6 Cents Vega frog in here somewhere. Let me find it. I'll probably pop it out too. Here we go. Got a 6 Cents Vega frog, which will pair really nicely with this rod. I've decided to start off with the Spro mainly just because it's kind of sloppy back here. It can get really matted, and these pointed nose frogs do better in the matted vegetation. But if we get into an area with some holes, I'll definitely be popping out that Vega popping frog because I prefer that frog over this one anyways. But anyways, enough on that. I've got about 2.5 hours to fish this afternoon. And as y'all can tell, I'm in a really pristine frog fishing environment. Some would say that this looks like frog fishing paradise. And yeah, I'm really eager to get back here and try to find some fish. And as y'all just witnessed, there was one blowing up here to my right that I think I'm gonna try to catch. So guys, if y'all are excited, join along with me on today's kayak adventure. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button for us and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future fishing adventures. But with that said, I'm gonna keep moseying around this little corner here, try to find some bass. Let's go. Oh God. Come back for it. He came back for it. He sucked it straight down. Oh my gosh, he's big. He's stuck. He's stuck. It's a good one. That was so crazy. Yes, sir. That's it. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. There's the inaugural bass on the 6 Cents Vega frog rod. As y'all saw, the cast before he came up and annihilated it like 15 feet in front of the kayak, and I was not ready for him, but I pitched it back in there. And if this is the same fish, the second time he just came up and just sucked it down. And it was so crazy. I thought he was a little bit bigger. He's still a good one. He's like a 2.5 pounder or so, 2 3/4. But look at the colors, just so bright green, healthy, just beautiful fish. I thought he was bigger because he pulled me around a log for a second, but there's some big ones that live out here and hopefully we'll catch some. But we'll go on ahead, send our first bass this afternoon back. Oh gosh, he soaked me. And let's keep on going this way. There's a few balls of shad I'm seeing out here. I'm not seeing a ton of bait, but there is some bait up in here, and that is really important in catching fish in this particular area, is if there are some bait fish, because if there ain't no bait, then usually there ain't no fish. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. We've got a lot of creek we can cover, and hopefully we'll find some more big ones. Gotcha! Fish number 2, baby. Stay on there. In the boat. He's chunkier than I thought he was. All right, fish number 2. A little bit smaller than our first one, but still a beautiful specimen. I mean, just look at the colors on that guy. So cool. He's a little bit smaller, like I said, probably like a 2 pounder. He's kind of a weird shape. He's just he's just thick. He's a good fish. This fish looks like he's gonna grow to be a big guy, so we'll send him back and try to catch the bass that came before him. That's exciting. So he bit right here. I've been kind of casting him into this thick duckweed and this grass mat that's kind of grown around, also the lily pads, but he was just sitting here on this tiny little shade line right here. There's not a whole lot of shade lines actually out here right now, but just that little spot right there, and he was just chilling right there waiting for a frog to come by. So we're gonna keep on maybe casting the shade line, throw into the heavy cover, and maybe try to find a whole congregation of fish. But that fish is only like 30 yards up the creek from our first one, so I think we're in the right spot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a biggin. It's a biggin. Gosh dang. Get up here. Yo. Now that was a slurp. Oh, look at that frog. Yeah, baby. Now that is exactly what you want to find out here in the swampy creek. I was letting that frog kind of dead stick in between a hole in the lily pads, and I kind of wasn't even paying attention. I just heard a, and I was like, wait, what? And I looked there, I was like, oh, that's where my frog is at. Set the hook, and we linked up with this good guy here. Yeah, that thing choked. Look at that beautiful largemouth bass, guys. What a nice fish. Now that is the kind of fish we're after today. All the fish out here in this spot, it seems to be like they're just short and stout, and like that is a good one. Probably 3.5 pounds or so. I don't think he's 4 pounds, and I don't think I have my scale with me to find out exactly, but I'm gonna call this guy a 3.5 pounder. But that is just so cool, so much fun, and hopefully there's some more right there. I told y'all that I saw some schooling up there, and I bet this is one of the guys that was doing it, and hopefully he's got some buddies. So let's send him back into the creek. Oh. We'll see you, big guy. Thank you for the fun. Yes. All right, let's throw back in there so we can catch another one. That's 3 really quality fish so far. And I mean, we got plenty of time to keep casting around, and there's definitely a chance we can hook up with something even bigger than that. All right, we're gonna pop this baby right back in there where we caught that last one. There's several little holes, and what I like to do in that situation is kind of just work the frog kind of fast over the thick stuff. And once it hits the hole, I just kind of let it sit there and let that little ripple that the frog made just kind of ripple on out. Got another one. Just like that, guys. Just like that. That's another good one too. Don't pull me into the spot. Don't be in the spot. Oh, we're putting on a clinic today. Oh, he's off. Okay, hold on. Oh. Dude. Now, how about that? He's about the same length as the last one, but quite a bit skinnier, not as filled out. This here's probably back 2 3/4 pounds just because he's not so chubby, but I mean, what a cool fish catch. I was literally explaining to y'all how I caught the previous fish, and this guy just came out and just smacked it. I had a pretty awkward hook set, but we got him in the boat, and he came off in the boat, and luckily we got him in our hands. What a cool fish. Hopefully all the movement and stirring of the kayak while I was fighting him didn't spook any other fish that are potentially over there, but we'll get this guy back into the lily pads. And we'll throw back in there. So when we get done, what you gonna do? Jump, jump, jump. Oh man, that is too fun. And as y'all can tell, he really got a hold of that frog and spun it all around. We'll just spin the frog back into place. And we'll fire it back out there into one of those holes. Oh, another one. Oh man, I gotta quit not paying attention, guys. That was another one. He turned the frog all inside out. Well, I think that's our 5th fish. Might be our 6th one. I think it's our 5th fish of the day. Definitely our smallest one so far. He caught me slipping though. I was just, again, it's hard to not be distracted out here. I mean, it's really beautiful out here. The sun is just kind of filtering through. There's like little damselflies and dragonflies, their wings all lit up. It's just a lot of things going on out here. And for a guy like me, it's really distracting. But then I heard this guy smash my frog. I did the little weird 2-handed hook set thing again, and we got him in the boat. He's probably 1.5 pounds or so. Not a monster, but we'll go ahead and toss him back. Something's going on here with my camera. It kept jacking up, and it's turned off right now, so I'm not really sure what to do about that. Maybe it's getting too hot. I don't know. It is really hot out here. It was 103 degrees at its peak today, and I think the real feel was like 110, so that's why I decided to come out here a little bit later in the afternoon and get a little bit of relief from the heat. And it's paid off that we put some really nice fish in the boat so far. But I think with that fish, I'm actually going to, well, there's some swirling right there. I don't know if that's a bass or not. Probably make another couple casts up that way, and then start making my way around this little creek bend, fish over there some, and then maybe work my way back this way. We'll see what happens. We'll let the fish tell us what they want us to do. Also, real quick before I get too dialed in and forget, my first impressions so far of the 6th Sense Vega Frog, the 7'3" heavy powered version of it anyways, are pretty good. You know, I've had, I guess 6 or 7 bites so far, and I've hooked up and landed with all the fish I felt like I should have. so far. I had a couple of fish that bit it that I swung on that I missed, but they just didn't really have the frog at all when I set the hook, so I'm not really going to count those. It's really, really nice. You know, it's a stiff rod, 7'3" heavy powered, fast action, but I feel like it's fishing more like an extra fast, which isn't a bad thing. It just means that it has a little bit more driving power, which I like. Get some really solid hookups, and you're able to winch them out of the heavy cover really nice, which I like. You know, some of the other frog rods that I've used in the past have a little bit of a softer tip, which is designed to help you walk the frog really, really well. But honestly, if you just pick the right frog, like this bronze-eye frog or a vega frog that already walks really good, you don't really need that soft tip. And that soft tip could, you know, end up costing you and cause you to lose some fish. But yeah, really like this rod. But when you have an extra fast action rod or a rod that has a faster action, you want to make sure you have a fast gear ratio reel, so you can keep up with those fish, so you can keep that bend in the rod, because those faster rods tend to want to like recoil and straighten out, or load it up as well as a, you know, more moderate rod. And you really want to keep that pressure with the fish whenever you're pulling them out of the cover, so that they don't shake their heads and throw the frog. But as y'all have seen, haven't had any issues so far. We've had some jumpers, we've had some get stuck, and we've landed all the fish that bit it really good. So I'm impressed so far. Let's keep on moving around, or actually make a few more casts here and then move up maybe that way and try to catch some more. Got him. That feels big. That feels big and looks big. Yes. Yes. Oh, he threw it. No. That dirty dog. Oh, that was a good one. That was our biggest of the day, probably. That was so crazy. I saw this tiniest little weight come up behind it, and then just like the last big one that ate it, just slurped it. Like, I thought we had that guy. Dang, I shouldn't have played him so long. I should have just flipped him in here. Dang. Maybe we'll get another chance. Okay, we're gonna switch things up for the last little bit. We're actually gonna throw the old Vega baby on the Vega frog rod. This little area up here is a little bit more open. I like to do a little bit more open water frogging in this little zone. And really the stuff I've been fishing this whole time hasn't been super thick. I could definitely have gotten this Vega frog through it. It's one of my favorite colors too. And there's some shad back here. Perfect little imitation of those shad. And what I like about this frog is that you can walk it in place a lot better than the bronze eye. And it's got more pop to it. The big bass love the Vega frog. There he was. I told you they like the Vega frog in the swamp. Yeah, baby. Whew. And there you have it. He munched it. That fish came up and after that Vega frog like a 16-pounder, and we got him good. Got him pegged right there in the schnoz. That is sick. 6 cents Vega frog bass on the Vega frog rod. Match made in heaven, it seems. That's probably our second smallest of the day though, 1.5-pounder. We're kind of moved up here on the spot. We'll send this guy back in here really quickly. We get this nice little bend. It's tight. There's some big stumps, some trees, lily pads, grass mats. This spot has everything. But what I really need to know is if there are any of those big, you know, 6, 7, 8-pound swamp monster bass hanging out in this stuff. I mean, if there was a spot out here, it's right here. And I think we have the tools to do it. We just got to get that bite. Gotcha. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Comes in the boat. Yeah. All right, guys. It took us a while to catch this fish. We've turned a corner here in the swamp. It's gotten quite dark, and it's especially dark out here. But I've turned this little side chute off the main creek. There's a lot of duckweed out here. I mean, the whole surface is covered in this kind of nasty film and duckweed, and this guy was laid up next to a little grass mat and came out and smashed it, and that is a really nice bass. Pretty average for out here, 2.5, 2 3/4 pounder. He ate it like a champ, and I am glad to have him in the boat. We're gonna make a few more casts down this little side chute since this got back first, and we're just gonna catch a couple more, but time is not in our favor. It is currently 8:10, and my report is saying that Matt Carpenter has hit his second homer off the Red Sox. So the Red Sox are losing. I was gonna go home and watch the game, but I think they're getting beat pretty bad right now, so gives us more time to fish, I'll say. But anyways, we got this nice little stretch right here. Might catch another one, might not. We'll see what happens. Oh, stay on there. He's coming to me. In the boat. Dang, dude. Oh, I thought he was huge. Pummeled it. Now that is the kind of frog bite that I live for. I mean, that fish just came straight up, just sucked it under so hard. It was just so crazy. And that's just the sound of it. I thought it was gonna be a 4 or 5 pounder, but it's, you know, another one like 1.5 pounds. Not gonna complain about it, of course, but still, dude, that was crazy. Like, had I missed that one, I would have been just dying. I think I lost a 4 or 5 pounder, but hey, we're still catching some. It's a lot of fun. The sun is about to go down though, so I'm gonna make a few more casts on this tiny little strip right here I'm gonna hit, and then I think I'm going to call it. But maybe, just maybe, we'll catch another one. All right guys, well, as y'all can tell by my surrounding environment, it has gotten quite dark out here in this swampy creek, so we have decided to pack it in, head back to the house. But what an afternoon we had out here bass fishing. We caught some really nice fish on that new 6 cents Vega frog rod, and although we lost, I think, our biggest one, it was still so much fun watching those bass come up and just obliterate that frog. But that's gonna be today's video, guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it. If so, and you would like to see some more fishing action like this, I'll have a video pop up on the screen right here for y'all to click on. It's from an adventure where Jay and I came back here to the same spot and it absolutely wore them out. So be sure to click on that video if you enjoyed this one, and also be sure to give this video here a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our future fishing action. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.